You know how you're sitting in a meeting and you're just like bored out of your mind and you're just staring at the clock, waiting for it to end? Your school should not feel this way. It should not feel so boring where you all are just dying for it to be over. So in today's video, I am going to show you how to make your lessons way more fun in a few very easy ways. Welcome back to my channel. I am Cherie Lynette. If you're new here, hello. So today, as promised last week, I told you guys that I would make a video on how to make your lessons a little more fun if you're really bored with them. And today I am going to do just that. And it doesn't take a lot of work, guys. It's simple little things that you can do to take a boring worksheet or a boring lesson and make it more fun. So here's the thing with kids. They don't need a whole lot. They just need you, for one, to be interested, and they just need you to gamify things. Kids like games. That's why there's a ton of games in the toy section. And if you find ways to gamify your lessons and to make it more interactive, you're going to change the whole vibe of your learning time, of your lessons. And it, like I said, it doesn't even take a whole lot. First thing that I use all the time, and I've been using these since they were little, are these buzzers. These buzzers are so great because they take a simple worksheet, a simple lesson, and they turn it into an interactive game where the kids, all they get to do is push this button and it makes a sound, but this to them just makes it so much more exciting than just sitting there and filling out a worksheet. So there's a couple of ways I've used this. One is I might write like a math problem or something on the board. Once they have the answer, then they both can buzz in and then they share their answer, and whoever buzzed in first gets the point. Second way I use the buzzers is where they answer individually. Now I do this if maybe they're not working on the same concept. So if you have children who are not close in age, who are not even close to working on the same concept, you can still do the same thing. You just put one problem on the board for one child and another problem on the board for another child. I also do this when my kids, if they are working on a same concept, but I know one of them processes at a different time than the other one. So for example, my son takes more time to process when he's working on math. It takes him longer to mentally process and work on these problems. I already know that. And then my daughter, it's the same with her with like spelling. She takes a little bit longer to process. My goal in this is not for the game to start making you feel bad. So I don't want them to start focusing on, oh, he's buzzing in faster than me every time, or she's buzzing in faster than me every time. And it stops being fun and it starts to mess with them mentally. So if I already know that there's like a gap there, or like I said, we're working on different concepts, then I just assign them. So I'll be like, hey, Mikey, this is your problem. Once you have the answer, hit the buzzer, let me know. They still get excited to hit the buzzer. For them, it's literally just about getting to press a button. Think about how many times your kids want to like fought to push the button on the elevator. Like kids just like pushing buttons. So if you want to make your lessons a lot more fun, go ahead and get these buzzers. I got these from Amazon, but I have seen them in Dollar Tree before over the years. So make sure you check them out. They're not expensive at all. The next item that I use in our classroom all the time, spinners. Now, I got these magnetic spinners. I think I got everything from Amazon, I'll be honest with you. So I'll have to keep saying it. If I got anywhere else, I'll let you know. But these magnetic spinners are so great. I put them on our whiteboard and I can put anything on there. I can put a math problem, anything we're identifying. We used it when we were learning our Roman numerals, but the kids get to get up, give it a spin, it lands there, and then they can do the math problem, identify, read the word, say the definition for a vocabulary word. There's a million ways you can do it. Again, this is not any extra work for you. You can just be using a worksheet you would have had them do. And instead of them sitting there just filling out the worksheet, you're putting all the problems on the board and spinning the spinner. And it just makes it so much more fun. And because I also think I just maybe have a thing for spinners, we also have our spinning wheel, and this just gives us a variety. It is pretty much the same thing as the spinner on the whiteboard, except for I can write on this. This is more like is it the Wheel of Fortune wheel? Yeah, this is more like the Wheel of Fortune wheel standing up. But again, it just gives the kids something different, something with variety. This one I think is a little more pricey than the spinners, but I always just try to give the kids like a whole bunch of different varieties so they get excited when they see what I pull out for that day. Another activity that I used to do, I don't do these with my kids that much anymore now that they're older, but for the younger kids when they were like in pre-K, kinder through elementary school, we did these all the time. One of the things, you can get a set of flashcards. You can also use any manipulatives for something like this. So let's say you're teaching your kids their alphabet, right? You can get flashcards. You can write the alphabet on all the flashcards, or if you have magnetic letters, anything where you have the letter on it, you can take the letters, and I would place them in a big circle around our room. I'd have the kids stand in the middle of the circle, and then I play music. And they have to walk around the circle until the music stops. And once the music stops, wherever they stop in front of, they have to pick up that letter and they have to identify it. And we've done this for years. So once we moved on from letters to sounds, to blends, to addition, to vocabulary, everything. It was just a great way for them to get up, move around the room, and still just not be sitting there doing a worksheet. And they loved it. They loved, I just call it musical learning because I don't have a word for it, but it's just like musical chairs. We're just learning while we do it. I also took the same concept and I would take the cards and I would hide them around the room. This is my hide and go learn. So instead of them walking around the circle, when the music stops, they have to bring me the card and tell me what it is. This time they have to find whatever it is in the room. And then once they find it, then they have to tell me what it is, the definition, whatever the concept was for that day. Again, these are so simple, but they're things that just get them up, moving around the room. These are great for kids who don't like to sit still, which I don't think I've ever met a kid that just likes to sit still. Now that my kids are older, yeah, they're getting in that, like they just want to sit around. But when they're little, kids are like bouncing off the walls. So that's why I say elementary school, this is great because kids don't want to sit still. They want to get up and move around. And the whole point is just to make sure, are they learning this? Are they grasping the information and moving their body and combining it together? This is going to help them retain it so much more than if they're sitting there bored and daydreaming. The thing about this is just trying to think outside of the box and like, how can I take what we're doing on a worksheet and make it more exciting? And that could be as simple as like, we just did school in the park last week. It was in the 80s. I was so excited because it'd be so hot here in Texas. I'd be burning up, but we just having a different environment to just sit there and do our schoolwork. Anytime we can get out to the park and do our school, I am so excited. I will pack us a picnic and we are going to sit out there. We're going to do all of our schoolwork out there. But any way that you can mix it up and just like make it more like, oh, this isn't like, oh, learning time, but this is like learning time. Like it's an experience and I get to have fun and hang out with mom for a little bit and my siblings for a little bit. And then we're done and we get to enjoy the rest of our day. That's what homeschooling should feel like. It shouldn't feel like a boring meeting that you just hope you can power through. One last activity that I love, I've recommended this for years, is Jeopardy Labs. It's always use these for our review. So you can make your own Jeopardy games, or they have pre-made templates of their games other people made. I think the only way you can private your games is if you like pay for a lifetime membership, which I should. I've been using it for years. I just need to pay for it, but I don't care if I private them. Like, use mine. But anyways, you can create your game, you save the link, and then we use these games to review any concept we're doing. You can use them for math, you can use them for reading, you can use them for vocabulary. You know how Jeopardy works. Like you can use it for anything. And it's such a fun interactive game. I just pull it up. You can pull it up on your computer or your phone or your tablet, and then you just cast it to your TV. And the kids get to play the game. And my kids get so excited whenever, and we've been doing this for years, and they still get excited when I pull out our Jeopardy. So this is one of my favorite tools. And again, free, that you can use to review with your kids. I feel like I have so many and I don't want to sit here and make a 5-hour video, but these are like the top ones that I can tell you that I have used over and over and over throughout the years. Ones that I know my kids love, A lot of them we still use now. That's it for today's videos. I hope that you enjoy some of these activities that I shared with you. I hope your kids love them and it makes your learning experience so much more fun. I don't want y'all dreading your learning time. This is like a special time where you get to be together, hang out, do some lessons before you go enjoy the rest of your day. And it just should not feel like torture for you. So let me know in the comments if you try any of these activities and how your kids like them. And as always, you guys, thank you so much for watching. If this video was helpful, please hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you guys again next week. Bye.